I'm curious how it
Hello
was
YouTube,
back in
how you guys doing
September.
today? So in today's video, we're going to be going over the current prices of things in the game, and I'll give you guys a rundown, and I'll actually have a Google spreadsheet that we've made up that is shareable for you guys, so you can just have it. I want to state right
An
now,
early
first and
congrats,
foremost,
even though
very
you're close
clearly
to it
that the
in
prices
nine
in this
months
game are
ago.
not fixed. They fluctuate every day and all the time. So these prices that I'm going to show you.
Bruh, if only he kept uploading every day 9 months ago, he would have hit it. Let's be honest. He would have hit it.
You are probably going to be good for the next 2 to 3 months from now, but
Maybe he was
after
uploading
that, just
every day 9 months
expect
ago,
things to have
but
changed. And that being
I'm
said,
talking about
let's pull
every
this
day from
let's pull
9
this
months
Google
till today.
spreadsheet up. So I'm
Thing
going
is
to
that
do like a
I haven't
rundown
even done that.
of like what we're really looking at
I
here
gotta start doing that.
when we're doing this. So our frames, obviously, if it has a V next to it, it means it's vaulted. If it doesn't, it is farmable. If it has a B next to it, that means you get it from borrow. Buy from Warframe Market is the first column. This is what the prices that we averaged are from the Warframe Market for the lows. This is the medium prices on the Warframe Market, and this is what I recommend you sell it for in the game. Now, why are these prices so much higher? Well, in case you missed a ton of my other videos on
Oh my god, dude! I'm so happy that Neoness is like one of the only YouTubers who's actually like good trading advice. Buy four on Warframe Market. Yeah, that's reasonable. This is overpriced because Banshee got unvaulted. These are all old, right? This is overpriced because Chrome got unvaulted. This is actually overpriced because Ember got... Dude, Prime Resurgence dropped prices of almost everything, dude. Holy fuck. I need to... This is interesting for me because this is literally... This is like 3 or 4 months before Prime Resurgence happened. So this is like pre-Prime Resurgence prices. This is what prices on Warframe Market and Trade Chat look like before that.
in platinum, and there are a lot of them. You guys can binge, you'll get really good at making plat. But if you guys have missed those, what you need to understand is the Warframe...
How much are you gonna buy Ash for on the Warframe Market? You're not. But I would recommend 175.
Frame market does...
Bro, I should make a list like this for now.
There are no fixed prices in the game. Very important lesson. You all need to just tattoo to your butt so you don't forget. And the second thing...
Yeah, what you need to know is that these prices are not based off of anything other than people wanting to buy them and people wanting to sell them. So like, if somebody says, hey, I want to sell it for this much, and the other person says, no, I'm only willing to pay this much, then the price is going to be in between those two prices for these two people, right? And maybe they'll be able to come to a compromise. But the margins on all the prices are fairly wide. The cheapest that you can get something for is most likely going to be like half or less, or like over 100 less than what the most you could sell it for in Trade Chat is. So if you're buying from Warframe Market and then selling into Trade Chat, you can flip things for like 50 to 200 profit, depending on which Warframe it is.
Is that the Warframe market is like, think of it as like, and I don't mean disrespect when I say this, I just am being accurate when I say this. It is a competitively pricing website. In other
Exactly,
words, that means
bro. I swear, people take offense to this shit, but there should be no offense to be taken. Warframe Market and Trade Chat are two separate markets and they work separately. Warframe Market, you post one time and then you leave your post up and it stays up. Trade Chat, you post one time and 10 seconds later nobody can see it. That is the reason that Trade Chat is going to be more expensive, because it's active, it's like it's real-time posting. And that means that people will go there so that they can save time, because they see that the post was just made a second ago. They'll spend more platinum to save more time. Now, if you go to Warframe Market, it's going to take more time to do it, because you got to alt tab out of the game into the Warframe Market, all that stuff. And people who don't have two monitors might not want to do it, or people who have old PCs might not want to do it because it's laggy or bugs or some it crashes or whatever. And so those are some of the people that'll be willing to spend extra because of the convenience of getting it in Trade Chat. So Warframe market is going to be cheaper and more competitive because people can just sit there and post fake posts, or they could just sit there and make a post and not actually sell it for like 2 days and just have the post sitting there. And because of that, somebody else could come in and put a post there, and then another person, and people can put fake posts to try to make other people think that the price is that low and sell it for cheaper when the price isn't even that cheap in trade chat. It's just on Warframe market. So do not be manipulated by the prices. Just because you see 10 people selling it at the same price does not mean that's the price. The price is on a range. There is a margin.
Garage sale. People are competing with each other on that site to sell things just to make any little bit of platinum, no matter what it takes. They're not trying to try too hard in the game. So the prices that you're going to see over here do not justifiably
think about it like this. A lot of people who are selling on Warframe market don't need platinum, and they just have extra stuff, and they're just trying to get rid of some of their extra stuff to get a little bit of extra platinum and help other people out. And because of that, their competition is unfair to the people who are actually trying to grind and just like put in time and effort and make platinum. So if you sell in the Warframe market, you're kind of screwing yourself over. But if at the same time, if you put in tons of time already and you have like an overstock of stuff to sell and you're not able to sell it fast enough, then maybe using Warframe market will be useful for you. Like I'm not even gonna joke, bro. Let me pull up my Warframe market. I have a bunch of wanna buys. A bunch of wanna sells. Look at this. Like, I got all my Warframe weapons, or prime weapons. I got all of my Lua lenses. I got all of my arcanes that I don't like all my duplicate arcanes or whatever. I even have an Ignis Wraith blueprint. Dude, I got everything in this list that I'm not able to sell fast enough in trade chat, and that I don't care about getting the maximum plat for. I'm okay with taking smaller plat and selling it on Warframe market because I just have so many things to sell. So there are different traders, there's different groups of people, and depending on what group of people you land in, you should probably do something differently, right? But you shouldn't stress out about it too much, and you should never feel like other people are scamming, or like prices are unfair, or the margins are stupid, or the trade chat's dumb, just because the market is how it is, because it's just, that's how it is. If you don't like it, don't get upset, and instead try to learn it and try to profit from it. If it really makes you upset, just go play another game, because 1,000 plat costs like $50. Like, bruh, you're actually complaining too much about flipping if you think that people are scamming when it's like $1 trade. Like, hello.
Really value the action. Like, they
have you not seen CS:GO skin prices, my guy? I'm just kidding.
Don't make up for the actual value of something in the game. So it's important for you all to know that as we go through this. So Warframe, buy from Warframe market. This is what
right now we're witnessing.
Warframe market.
We're witnessing the effect of Prime Resurgence right here, you guys. Prime Resurgence dropped all the prices on almost everything across the board, and this was taken a couple months before Prime Resurgence. So this is a perfect example of, like, look at how high Loki actually is. 520, bro, on Warframe market to buy. What? And then you sell it for 800 in trade chat. Ah. Yeah, see, some of the prices, they got dropped a lot. We need to push them back up, and Loki is one of the ones that I'm already starting to work on pushing back up, because he's already starting to get rare. Same with Meg, same with Necros. Pretty much the top 6 Warframes are all over 200, and they deserve to be in between like 250 to 550.
Medium price is what it's averaging there, and then what I recommend you actually sell it for in game. And yes, you can totally sell it for these in game. Watch enough of my videos in this channel.
And also the thing is that, like, since these are all before Prime Resurgence, yes, these aren't accurate anymore, but the same concept applies, where you can add in between 50 to 100 to, or in between 50 to 250, maybe even 450. Fuck it. You can add 450 to how much you paid. So if you paid like 50, you could sell it for 500, but that would be retarded. No, oh, sorry about that. That would be dumb, right? But like, let's say you bought something for 200 and then you tried to sell it for 500. That's 300 profit, right? The You could do that. That's fine. Just expect not to get a sale for a very long time, right? Because it's like the higher your asking price, the longer it'll take to find the person willing to buy it. But at the same time, if you don't raise your asking price at all, and like you're not gonna have the opportunity to get more. Like you're just gonna take the minimum dollar. And the thing is that when people are putting their prices competitively, it gets hard to see because everybody's doing it competitively sometimes, right? In trade chat. Sometimes depending on like the hours, right? If it's like peak time zone or something like that, you might see a bunch of people all competing trying to sell different warframes that you're also trying to sell, and they're all going for fairly cheap prices. The reality is that somebody who has a bunch of platinum who does not know or does not care about spending extra and wants to spend extra will look in the trade chat, and they'll see the message that has, you know, Banshee, Ash, Amber, all for reasonable Warframe market, reasonable prices. They'll skip it and they'll go to the next one that has a Frost, which is triple the price of Warframe market. But because it's so high, in comparison, it'll look like, hey man, this Warframe 550 and these ones are like 200. You know what? Maybe this 550 one is really good, and then they might be more interested in buying it just because of the luxury aspect. So it's like you can make trades off of the luxury people, off the people who want to save time, like convenience people. If you put in tons of time, you can be one of those people who's selling on Warframe market and helping other people. It's like, don't feel bad for whatever role you take up in this game, even if it's not profiting in the way that you would think, or the way that somebody else is profiting. You shouldn't feel bad because everybody has their pathway and everybody's playstyle or everyone's whatever can be different and stuff. Yeah.
And you guys will get the hang of like how to make platinum, like how you craft your messages and how to really do it well. But all that being said, Ash Prime right now, buy 4 on Warframe market. I guess I don't remember what happened with this. I guess we missed the medium, but that's the only one I don't have the low for. Anyway, the medium price is about 250. What I recommend you sell them for in game is 300 to 400. Atlas, everything in red that you guys see here, it means don't sell it. So everything that has red, I don't have a sell price because it is not a good time right now to sell it. Being that this is only going to be good for like 3 months.
Interesting. So Atlas, Chroma, Equinox. Ooh. Ooh. Only he knew that Chroma was gonna get unvaulted. You should have sold Chroma at this time. This was a decent time to sell, I'm not gonna lie. We thought Chroma was going up, but Chroma got unvaulted. So the thing is that as much as you can try to think about how unvaultings are going and predict which prices are going up and down and think that you shouldn't sell something at a certain time, you could always be wrong. You never know, because DE can release something in an order that you wasn't expecting. They can release something that shouldn't be released, like something that's not super expensive, and they just release it early for no reason, and then it drops in price, and you're like, what the fuck? Like Chroma, Banshee, Mirage, Zephyr all got vaulted pretty quickly after being got unvaulted pretty quickly after being vaulted. So yeah, let's continue.
Months ish, or a little less, a little more, means that you have another 3 months to not worry about Atlas. But if you want to spend plat buying him, go for it. Banshee over here, we got 250 is what you'd sell in game. Chroma over here is do not sell Chroma. His price is pretty low, and I do think Chroma would be a frame that would...
Bro, his price is literally like 35, 30 right now. Like maybe 40. Maybe 40. His price literally dropped so much. So if you was stocking up on Chromas for 60 around this time, which I'm pretty sure I was, then your Chromas is going to be worth like 60% of what they were before, pretty much. And yeah, selling it in game, even for like 120 or 100 to 160 or 200 or whatever, would have been great idea at this time. So it's like even somebody who's very experienced with trading, very knowledgeable, has been playing and trading for a lot, like multiple years, has tons of information on the game, paying attention to releases, making good predictions, doing everything they can possibly do. They can still make an incorrect prediction, and so you should always remember that, you know, when you're watching these YouTube videos, that just because somebody says something, or like I say something, or a YouTuber says something, doesn't mean that that prediction or that idea is going to be accurate in the current game, because everything that you're watching is going to be in the past when you're watching it. Since, I mean, even if you were watching this the day it uploaded, it would have been recorded like 12 hours ago. So it's, no matter what, whenever you're watching YouTube videos, it's always from the past. So you gotta keep that in mind, and you gotta also understand that even the best traders in a game can make incorrect predictions and give bad advice about investing and trading and stuff like that. So don't, like, you know, you can use the advice and everything, but don't think that it's gonna be like gospel, like it's gonna be like 100% accurate, that you're gonna be safe and you're like, no matter what, you can't get screwed over, because nobody knows what the market's gonna do. At the end of the day, nobody really knows what's gonna happen. But all we can do is like try to make guesses.
Kind of climbed decently. I could easily see Chroma like a year from now maybe doing 200, 250 is what I would recommend selling him for, like that far down the road. And
200, 250. If only he knew. If only he knew. Yeah. Chrome was down a year or six months later. Or how long was this? Yeah, Chrome was literally down by then. Wait, the buy for and Warframe market is actually 40, not 60, and the medium is 50, I think, or 60 maybe. Oof.
And again,
Oof.
if you guys don't understand, like, because I said a year, you're like, a year? Yes, a year. For this, like,
you're gonna need to wait like 2 more years.
Making platinum in this game can be...
Chrome was unvaulted for 3 months with the Zephyr, and then as soon as like Banshee and Mirage were unvaulted for 3 months, their prices dropped like crazy. Like, look at 80-90, and Mirage is where 100. They dropped down to 35-40 and 40-45. What the fuck? That's like literally half, right? But now they're already starting to go back up slightly. Let's check it really quickly. All right, let's see. We got Banshee's already up to 60. We could call that 70 pretty much, because I mean, well, it's one person here. Mirage is already back up to 90. Yes, that's right, boys. We got a crazy dip during the unvaulting, and also a crazy return after the revaulting. Kind of insane. If you were stocked up on Banshee and Mirage sets like I was, then you will be chilling, and you probably be making a lot of platinum off that. If you were trying to sell all your Banshee and Mirage sets when the unvaulting happened, then you probably screwed yourself over. Like, dude, the thing is that I had like hundreds of Banshee, or over 100 Banshee and Mirage sets when it got unvaulted. The price dropped, and instead of selling my sets because of the price dropping out of fear, I bought sets to get almost up to 200 of each. And then by the time it got vaulted 3 months later, the price is so cheap, but I got all these sets, and now my average spending price on Banshees isn't like 70, it's more like 50 or 60. And then my average price on buying Mirages isn't like 100 or 90, it's more like 70 or 65 or 75, somewhere around there. So it's like, uh-oh.
Hello, YouTube. How you guys?
What did I just do?
Hello, YouTube. How you guys doing today? So in today's...
Uh-oh. Okay, I just, all I did was refresh, but, okay. So it's like, there are certain things that you want to do, right? If you're investing on vaulted sets and you're getting lots of them stocked up, and then it gets unvaulted, you do not want to sell all of that set now. Like, as long as you can wait for 3 months, the set will be revaulted. And even what you gotta understand though is that it's gonna take more than 3 months for the price to ever come back. It's gonna take more like 6, 9, 12, maybe even over a year for the price to return. So if you aren't willing to wait that long to do the whole flip and everything, then maybe you cut your losses and sell for cheap. But if you're doing that, you're helping out people like me who are going to be investing in and selling down the line like 2 years